First off, it's all about the U. Tonight's game, October 3rd, 2009, 8 o'clock tonight against Oklahoma on ABC. It's the biggest game we've had here in 11 years. But really the biggest game we've had here since the de facto ACC championship game in 2004. When Virginia Tech was number 10 at the time and we were number 9. And by the way, that was the last top 10 opponent to come in to Miami. The last non-conference opponent to be ranked in the top 10 to come in the Dolphins Stadium, you have to go back to 2002 when we were in the Big East Conference and Florida State came into town from the ACC. I don't have to tell anybody how huge this game is. I mean, the crowd's going to be electric tonight. I wish I were down there, but of course, because of other commitments, I could not be there. But needless to say, this game is absolutely the biggest game in this town, I think, in Miami in a long, long time, folks. But easily the last 5 to 7 years. But I put 2 games ahead of this game tonight of the magnitude of it. UCLA in 1998, Florida State in 2000. And the reason I do that is the following. In 1997, we were 5-6. We came back in 1998, and we had lost 66-13 in the Big East Championship game, de facto Big East Championship game against Syracuse. Nobody knew how we would come out the next week against UCLA. Remember, that game had been postponed from September because of George. So that gave us more time to get ready for UCLA, knowing that we would play them late in the year, and UCLA would have to travel at least after a big rivalry game against SC the week before. We didn't know what to expect, but we came out. And we went out and won that game against UCLA when they were number 2 and a half. Cade McNown, Brian Poley-Dixon, Chris Sparrows, Danny Farmer, all those guys. They had studs. Sean Foster. They had studs on that team, and I mean studs. And we went in there with a big performance from Adrian James and win 49-45 in an offensive shootout. Now I don't expect an offensive shootout tonight, but I do expect a very tough football game. When I put 2000 FSU in there, 99 we had gotten close to coming back. I mean, we had played FSU tough the year before, but second half they had too much depth, and then they went out and won in the second half 31-21. The depth was too much down stretch. Now, I look at Oklahoma 2 years ago. We were in that game for 2.5 quarters before Oklahoma stepped, and our mistakes did us in. I mean, I said it in Houston, I'll say it here. We cannot turn the ball over tonight. We have got to play Canes football. I want to see how Ja'Cory does, how he bounces back after an embarrassing performance up in Blacksburg last week. Tonight we're gonna get a lot of questions answered. Are we back to stay, or do we still have a little ways to go? Like tonight we'll get a lot of questions answered. So I'll see you on Ustream tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And as always, win or lose, go Canes.